I wanted to talk about the roster a little bit. So let's go ahead and talk about the roster. I completely forgot to change the topic highlight, but that's fine. I'm going to change this over here now. Let's actually talk about this roster over here. Let's go through all the characters one by one here. And I just kind of, and while I do this, I'll put them into the chart, because I saw a lot of people doing the thing where they're putting their characters in you know, interest order, where they're putting the characters, like how much they want to play them, etc., etc. So I'm just gonna put them all in here. So Zangief, Dhalsim, Cammy, DJ, Jury, Luke, Jamie, Kimberly, Manon, Marissa, JP, and Lily. So here's the characters right here. Ryu. I mean, it's Ryu. It's Ryu. I can't say I'm leaning either way, but like, I'm glad he seems a lot stronger. I'm glad, like, they are focusing on making sure his fireballs are powerful. The fact that even between the betas, they nerfed a lot of anti-projectile factors, like level 1 supers no longer being able just to go through projectiles, I think is good. Again, it's scary because it makes Guile strong, but you also don't want to have Ryu just completely neutered, because that's his gameplay style. So I'm really happy that they're taking this into account. Like, it just shows their awareness and their readiness for it. And so I'm really, really glad that Ryu, they're making sure that Ryu is just not going to get boned by everybody having 7,000 anti-projectile moves like is in Street Fighter V, right? Like, honestly, it's kind of annoying. I mean, he's not a hobo. He's just let his beard grow, dude. He heard all the girls talking about it, so he's like, all right, I'll leave the beard on. Ken. Ken definitely seems fun, right? I mean, Ken always seems fun. The aggression, having that little hop kick, being plus on block definitely makes it so that, you know, he's going to be a threat. He's got like really fancy combos in the corner that require really careful timing, you know, etc., etc. Like, he looks like he's going to be a lot of fun. And again, the way that they've really just, you know, have done such a good job pulling Ryu and Ken apart from each other as characters, I think is really, really cool. And I don't know, it seems like to me Ken players are really enjoying Ken, honestly. Dude, that'd actually be really sick if they gave Ryu a Gouken costume where he just, yeah, like is an old, like he just looks like Gouken now. That would actually be cool. Yeah, but you had to keep applying pressure. One way to play him. Maybe, it's very early to say. We don't know yet. Chun-Li, I'm definitely curious about because of her stance stuff. I want to see how her stance stuff affects her. The reason why I'm personally not super interested in Chun-Li, she feels like she's the first character that was put into the game. That she was the first character they worked on. Because I'm sorry to say it, like, out of all the characters in this game are so beautifully animated, except Chun. Except Chun. Like, I don't know what it is. Chun's animations don't look right. Her stance doesn't look right. Her super, where she does the kick in the air, doesn't seem to have the same impact. I don't know. Like, I hope they tweak her up a little bit more and make her look a little bit better, but I just feel like her animations aren't as strong as a lot of the other characters. I don't know why. Again, like, I mean, if we look it up here, like, if we look at her character model in the game when she's just standing still, her stance just looks really bizarre. There's literally no pictures of her standing in her neutral stance. Jesus. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense that there are no pictures of her because they all just want to have her being cool and doing... I mean, her neutral stance just looks very weird. Her neutral stance just looks very odd. And I can't really explain what it is about it, so... Um, yeah, her animations just don't quite look like the quality of animations for every character is just so much above, I feel like, what Chun-Li is in the game. And that kind of throws me off a little bit. It throws me off a little bit. Guile, I guess I'm not leaning any other way, or maybe lukewarm on him because it's Guile. And Guile is, and I'm scared of him being like really, really too strong. Because I already hate fighting him. 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 So I don't know if I want to go into this character, to be honest with you. Honda, I'm really curious about. I want to see what they do with him. He's like the character that seems the least changed. Like when they showed this trailer, I don't feel like we saw a lot of like really wild different things about him. He looked pretty straightforward. So I'm not sure if I'm not excited to play him, but that's why I'm really curious because I want to see what it is about him. What it is about him, or if he just plays like Street Fighter V. Because yeah, Street Fighter V Honda was definitely a lot more interesting than Honda's ever been. So we'll see how Honda goes. Blanka, I'm really, really curious about. I don't know if I could ever bring myself to play Blanka because I've disliked Blanka my whole life, but they actually made Blanka interesting in Street Fighter V. And now in Street Fighter 6, he has the Blanka chance. Like, they've actually, like, kept... Now he's, like... I'm super interested and curious about this character. Super interested and curious about this character. So we'll see how Blanka plays. I mean, Zangief is a day one main for me. I mean, Blanka is not strong in Street Fighter V, but I thought he was really interesting. I liked his character design far more than Hyper Fighting Blanka or Super Turbo Blanka. Let's just put it that way. Like, Blanka in Street Fighter 2 was unbalanceable. He's unbalanceable, and I really feel like that they made Street Fighter 5 Blanka interesting. He might not have been strong, but I felt like they could have tweaked him to the point where he's good, and I certainly hate fighting Blanka in Street Fighter 5. Like, he's Shenanigans the character, basically. But yeah, set up minion character Blanka, interesting. Like I said, Zangief, day one main. Day one main, right? I mean, I am going to crack out on this character if he's like old school Zangief. I want him to be like old school Zangief so bad. Please, please be old school Zangief. Get in Zangief. Get in Zangief. I definitely do not want to have Vortex Zangief, and I really don't want him to have a green hand. I don't want him to have a green hand. Dhalsim, like, okay. I don't really have any interest in playing him. I'm not really leaning in any way, but I want to throw him down in lukewarm because I'm like Brutus. Like, I don't want to fight Dhalsim again. I don't want to fight Dhalsim again. Being an old school fighting game player, you're sick of Dhalsim. I'm so sick of... When they put Necro in Street Fighter 3, I was so mad. I was so mad. I was like, I gotta deal with another stupid stretchy character? Oh my god. So the fact that Dhalsim is back, I want... Like, it's not that I'm lukewarm about him. I should have a category down here called Mad. But... I'll put him in lukewarm for now. That's probably because you played Dhalsim as an old school player, BNB. See, that's the thing. See, that's how you know Dhalsim is broken. Because all the old school Dhalsim players love Dhalsim because he's broken in every fucking game he's... So yeah, I put Dalsum in, probably not leaning in any way, just because he's here right now. So, dude, you're actually trying to tell me Sim was trash in CVS2? Have you seen the Japanese Sim player? Have you seen that Japanese Sim player? He's amazing. I forgot his name, but he plays like Sim Geese and somebody else, and he's actually ridiculous with Dalsum in CVS2. That character's so busted, dude. I hate that character so much. This is why I will always be happy that the only Alpha 3 footage of me you can find online on YouTube is me beating up on Dalsum with Zangief. So, dude, in MVC2? No. Dalsum has too high of an execution ceiling in MVC2 to be used by humans properly. If you actually played Dalsum right, he's actually like one of the best characters in MVC2. It's just that most people can't control him. Yeah, Magnetro made a whole DVD on Dalsum on why he's busted, but he did it with a programmable controller. So that's basically the way it works. So, yeah. Sim was not great in Alpha 2, sure, but I still had to fight him with Zangief. I still had to deal with that shit fight. Anyways, Cammy. It's the Simquisition. The Simquisition. Obviously day one main for me. I really hope she's fun in this game. She looks already like she's going to be more fun. I'm really hoping she's enjoyable, because even though I should be playing her in 5 because she's clearly better than Lucia, I found nothing enjoyable to play with Cammy. She was so one-track minded. I just didn't feel like she had a variety in her gameplay. I say it on commentary. It's kind of like a backhanded compliment, but I always say about Cammy, once she gets you in the corner, she doesn't care what character you are anymore. She just blows you up the same way. And that's the thing that I don't like about her, is that she's literally just I'm in your face. I'm pressing strong. Like I couldn't enjoy that very much, which is why I switched to Lucia. She's definitely a lot weaker now too. So she's definitely a lot weaker, but I am eager for Street Fighter 6 Cammy. I really hope they did a good job, but based on what we've seen so far and based on what we've seen from the characters in the beta, my hopes are very high that Cammy is interesting, but at the same time, I'm still just terrified that she might just ends up being boring. So, we'll see how this goes. DJ, I'm very curious about, because DJ is another one of those, Sonic Boom, Flash Kick. But then the fact that they made it so that everything DJ does is now fakeable, that he has fakes on everything. Maybe. Like, I'm so curious how that's going to play out. Like, I'm actually scared he's going to be too strong. I think he's actually going to be really strong. From the judgment, from the analysis, Blind Owl, it seems like DJ is still charged for some moves. It looks like the machine gun upper might be an instant move, but it looks like Fireball and Dread Kicks might still be charged, because it looked like the player playing in those clips and stuff like that, and from the match footage, it looks like they were holding back to do some moves and stuff. So, but I mean, I'm curious to see how this character is going to be. I'm curious to see if he's going to be as broken that I feel like he's going to be. Hopefully not, but still, we'll find out. We'll find out. Jury. I've never really been all that into Jury. She looks amazing in this game. She's really strong, but I don't know. Like, it's not that I dislike her. Like a lot of people compare her with Luong in KOF 15, and I just actively despise Luong. Juri, I just like her game just doesn't interest me. Her gameplay doesn't interest me right now. Like right now, like I couldn't even really tell you what her gimmick is outside of the Fuhajin charging and like I don't know, like outside of that, like okay, she's got her dive kick back, you know, but I don't know. I don't know. Like Juri just doesn't interest me. And it would be remiss of me to not put Luke in lukewarm. It's like, how do I not put Luke in lukewarm? Right? Again, look, Luke is obviously strong in Street Fighter V. I would never play him in Street Fighter V. Partially because I just don't want to use a character that's broken like that, but also I just think he's boring. Even in Street Fighter V, he is the most straightforward character in the game. He's just way too good at all the fundamental things you need in Street Fighter V. And when I talk to all the players at Capcom Cup, they all agree. Every one of them agreed with my assessment of Luke. Clearly a strong character, no shenanigans. You have to be like fundamentals the person, the fundamentals the human being to play Luke. And they're all like, yes, he has no... You have to be fundamentals the character to use Luke. You have to be fundamentals the character. And he just doesn't look like he has any shenanigans. So he doesn't look interesting to me. Luke he just doesn't look interesting to me. So, I don't know. That's right, he has an air sandblaster, doesn't he? I personally, and this is a big debate among Street Fighter V aficionados, whether Sim or Luke is a stronger character. I actually think Dhalsim is the best character in Street Fighter V. Personally, I think Dhalsim is the best character. I think, but like this, like maybe by like half a point, right? Because I think at the highest levels, Dhalsim is too strong. But he's harder to use than Luke. I think Luke is just so much easier to be better with that character. The reason why I think Dhalsim is broken is because he's the only character who can be plus after everything. And he gets an airborne unthrowable plus move that low crushes as well. So yeah, dude, he's the only character that gets meaties mid-screen off of a forward throw, plus frame meaty, that he gets pressure off of V reversals. He can teleport at you at any point in time. He has the best rush down in the game. He can zone if he wants to. I think he's just too powerful, honestly. I really think he's too powerful. So I just think Luke is just too strong fundamentally, and he's so much easier to get good at that he will be essentially stronger than Dhalsim. Because if you wanted to go into Capcom Cup and Dhalsim was the strongest character and you wanted to learn him for Capcom Cup, I don't think you could do it in 2 months. If you want to learn Luke in 2 months before Capcom Cup, you 100% can do that. You 100% can do that because he is just fundamentals the character. Honestly, yeah. Everybody in Capcom Cup was using Luke at a high level. So Jamie looks interesting. Curious about him. Really interested in the drunken mechanic and stuff like that. But honestly, like I don't feel like the drunken mechanic is crazy. It's just, hey, I get access to new moves. Like it doesn't like really make him go nuts. So I put him in curious about. Kimberly is a day one main for me. I really didn't realize how much fun I would have with her, but it was nice using Lucia but good. So instead of Lucia but bad, hang on, my cat is making noises. That is always a worrisome situation. Nathan, those are air fresheners. You do not want to go after air fresheners, Nathan. But Kimberly, obviously, extremely fun character. Just amazing. This character, like, is so much fun. So much fun. Manon seems fun to me. She's got a throw counter. And I just love the fact that she seems like a very interesting take on grapplers. So I really, really, really want to check this character out and see exactly how she's going to be. Kimberly's teleport wasn't even that strong, Psychodamo. Like, I actually very rarely used it. It's very easily punishable. But I mean, it's not necessarily bad. It's jujitsu ballet fighting, and it seems really interesting. I'm very curious about this. Look, I don't think there's anybody who's not looking forward to Marisa. If anybody in this chat can actually say that they're not looking forward to Marisa, you need to get the hell out of my chat right now. Because Marisa, like, hitting people just looks so satisfying. My God. My God. Like, I just when she punches you and the screen shakes and her arm goes, bah! Like, it's, God, Marisa just seems so cool. I'm so excited for this character. So excited for this character. Definitely day one for you, Snorson, okay? Yeah, exactly. I think she looks carry me away tier. Yeah, exactly. It's like you'll lose to her just so she carries you away, dude. Death by Snoo Snoo. Death by Snoo Snoo. Oh, man. JP. Like, I don't know. Like, there's, like, I gotta say, I'm really curious about this character. High-low, throw projectile, trap-based character. He seems kind of fun to me. He seems kind of fun to me. Like, this is the, like, have we ever really had a trap-based Street Fighter character like this? Like, yeah, Rose, actually, Psychodamo. Rose might be the best example of this. So the fact that he's actually like this, like people comparing him to Testament and stuff like that, that's what makes me fascinated about the character. So fake Rugal is Frugal. That's pretty genius, Moneybags. I'm sorry, Silas. I will give you that one, Frugal. I mean, DNF has everything, dude. DNF had everything. That's why I love DNF, because literally they had every archetype possible. So that's great. I love it. And then Lily is lukewarm for me. So this is basically, this is my list over here. So Lily is just, like I said, lukewarm, unless she turns out to be kind of a fast grappler. Then maybe, dude, me and you just do not agree on anything, do we, BNB? Me and BNB are going to go for a fight here, because, like, everything is backwards from each other. Yeah, I know a lot of people like Jury, but I feel like, oh, that's what I mean. We're the opposite. We're going to fight. Dude, that's just what it really comes down to. So, Jury, like I said, the jury is still out on her. So, you know, I had to make that joke again. So, but this is kind of where I'm at right now. I mean, it's interesting that I'm really fascinated by 3 of the brand new characters. Manon, Marisa, and JP, but that's how excited I am by their designs, honestly. That's how happy I am about the designs of the characters in Street Fighter 6. The new characters are actually really fascinating to me, and I really want to check them out. Like I said, Lily just, I don't know, Lily just, it's just nothing there for me with Lily, but I did tell myself I want to be not a one character player in Street Fighter 6. When I stream the game, when I stream myself playing the game, I'm going to make sure I play multiple characters. I do not want to get Stockholm syndromed into a character like I did in Street Fighter 5 and like I do in a lot of fighting games. So even though I have 3 main characters here and that's weird, like I'm going to try to hold myself to it. If Cammy and Zangief are fun. Right, if they're not fun, then I'll throw up a Marissa or a JP or a Manon, or if somebody else turns out to be really, really interesting. So most likely not going to enter Evo Converse. I just don't enter tournaments these days, really. But if I play it in that first month and I get really into it, maybe we'll see. We'll see. Like if I feel like I'm actually like doing really, really well when I play it, sure, maybe. We'll see what happens. So, oh, remember, Psychodamo, Drive Rush is not an attack. Drive Rush is just a green dash. Unless you're talking about Drive Impact, they did show Zangief's Drive Impact. So we did see Zangief's Drive Impact. But Drive Rush is not an attack. There is no Drive Rush. Unless you're talking about Drive Reversal. DR, Drive Reversal, Drive Reversal. Got it. DR. DR could be Drive Rush or Drive Reversal. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Drive Rush into SPD, 100% he's going to be able to do that. And that'll be fantastic. But we'll see how that goes. So there you go. That's kind of the way that I have these characters listed out over here. Again, these are the initial 18 characters. I'm really, really, really excited for this game. And I can't wait to see more about the game. Like I'm just like I'm like I want to say I'm like super hyped for this game and I'm excited for this game. But more importantly than me just being hyped for the game, I'm so happy I'm hyped for the game. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, I'm getting more joy out of the fact that I am so excited about this game. You know? Meow. I am so happy to be excited for this game. And I can't wait to see what World Tour mode is going to be like. It would just be so fun exploring Metro City. Part of me also still believes it's called World Tour, and if it's World Tour and it's only Metro City, I'd be surprised. And that one trailer they showed, they had the country animation stuff like that. Like, I feel like World Tour might have more than Metro City and they're just not telling us. I don't know. That's my theory. But I think it's going to be super, super fun. Yeah, we don't know anything about Fighting Grounds at all. We only know about the Battle Hub. We know nothing about the Fighting Grounds. We don't know how Ranked is going to change. If they're going to make it a lot more interactive, like you can buy stuff or get rewards or do cool things instead of just watching your points go up and down, because that is clearly the biggest weakness. Like, is it going to be like there's going to be lessons in the game? Like, is Luke going to come out and be like, I noticed you didn't anti-air enough? You know, like shit like that. Oh, God. Like, man. Well, Battle Hub is not actually ranked, but for the closed betas, I think they opened it there. So you could wait for ranked while you were standing in the Battle Hub, because I think they just for the beta put that option in so we could play ranked without Fighting Grounds. That's my guess. Maybe you can actually do ranked in Battle Hub, but it makes no, like, my logic to this is that it makes no sense to go to the Battle Hub and stand there and wait for a ranked match. Like, why couldn't we go to training mode and wait for a ranked match? Because you had to sit down on the machine. It was all, like, very kind of janky. You know, like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, nothing about that made sense to me. So my assumption was that they just found a hack to make it so that you can play ranked in the beta. I could be wrong. That's my assumption. That's my guess. I could be absolutely wrong about that, but that's my guess. So I'm hoping, I mean, they said in an interview one time that Fighting Grounds, Battle Hub, and World Tour Mode are going to feel like 3 entire video games put in one. What we saw of the Battle Hub didn't feel like a full video game, so maybe there's more to it. Obviously, there was a lot more clothes that you can buy and do stuff. There's probably going to put a lot more stuff in there. We don't know anything about Fighting Grounds. And then World Tour Mode already looks really cool. But if what they say is true, like, I'm just so excited for the game. Like, I can't, like, I told Nakayama-san, Matsumoto-san, that I was excited for the game, and I'm really, really happy that it feels like they're not making a fighting game. They are making a video game. And that's the part that really hammers home how I feel about the game, right? Like, it's not a fighting... All the fighting games that have been coming out have just been fighting games. You have ranked, and some cheesy story mode or whatever, but there's no game. It's only the online. But by having this, except Granblue, you're right, except Granblue, but Granblue got screwed by delay-based netcode. So here's the hoping for success for Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising. But Street Fighter 6 feels like a full-ass video game, and I'm super, super excited about that. Air Guys. What the? Did you own Air Guys, Cone? Because I definitely never owned it at home. But, I mean, like, Alpha 3 for PlayStation 1 and Dreamcast had that World Tour mode. And people loved the shit out of that World Tour mode in those games. That was fun. Getting all the power-ups and getting stupid abilities that you shouldn't have. Nathan, what are you doing? Stop chewing on... Dude, Nathan, stop being a bad cat. Stop being a bad cat. I don't want to have to spray you in the face again. Yeah, the original Soul Calibur 2 were both really, really good at that. And, like, I just really, really... I really hope... So me and L.I. Joe talked about this for Street Fighter V. We felt like it was the game that was going to be the game for the FGC. And so I hope that's what Street Fighter 6 turns out to be. I hope that this game can bring in more people. Oh, what's up, Tubaware? What's going on? Nathan is a good boy, but he's spoiled. He's a spoiled brat. Oh, NRS games. Yeah, again, NRS games are great at doing that. It's wonderful. And so if Street Fighter 6 can do that, with the Street Fighter 6 franchise, with the Street Fighter 6 property, like, I haven't seen this much hype for Street Fighter in a long time. And it gives me joy to see how hype everybody is for this game. And it's because it looks like they're going the extra mile for this game. Seeing them go the extra mile to put in all this work, I'm so excited for the game. And I can't wait for the game. And I really hope it changes a lot of things. And again, I'm going to try to put out a lot of content for this game. I'm going to try to put out a lot of educational stuff. So if you guys, have any ideas in particular of what you want to see out of me, let me know, tweet at me, talk to me about what kind of videos you'd like to see and stuff. Yeah, the mechanics are insanely complex. Yeah, it's not a simplified fighting game at all. So, yeah, Street Fighter 4, was early streaming and also delay-based netcode. It was shitty netcode. Like, this is going to be really crazy. And for sure, I will definitely do lobbies for Street Fighter 6. Yeah. God, Tubo, I got to tell you, man, after I played Final Fantasy Record Keeper and they shut down on me, and the amount of work and time and organization and stuff that I put into that game, I don't know if I could ever play a game as a service ever again. Like, I just don't think I could do it. I just don't think I can do it. In case you guys don't know and aren't keeping up with things, Rumbleverse shut down, and honestly, it's just like the biggest WTF ever. Game was out for what, like 9 months or something, and like I still don't get it. Like, I wanted to be on Twitter and just be like, 6 months? It was only 6 months? Jesus Christ. Like, I wanted to be on Twitter and be angry about it, but I just don't feel like I had a right to be angry about it because I didn't play the game. But not playing the game doesn't mean I didn't have, I wasn't happy for the people who like the game and such. And I'm like really mad that it got this treatment. And I don't know the reason. My tinfoil hat is like, I blame Epic Games because they made it and they put it on the store, and it was on the Epic Games Store. It was never on Steam. And then they never advertised the game. They never talked about that game. I don't feel like Epic ever talked about Rumbleverse. Shutting down Rumbleverse was the most media attention Rumbleverse ever got. The news of Rumbleverse being shut down was the most publicity that Rumbleverse ever got. And like, that's on Epic, man. That is 100% on Epic. And it is just frustrating, dude. It is just frustrating. So, right? Exactly. Right? Super Moose. Wow. We didn't tell anybody about this game. No one's playing it. Shut it down. Like, it sucks, dude. Like, I want to be mad about it. I don't know if I have a right to be mad about it because, like I said, I don't play the game. And it feels disingenuous. Obviously, I have a lot of friends who play the game. My friends made the game. And so I know how much the crew loves it. But more, it's just like I said, I feel like they didn't give the game a chance. Like, they just didn't give the game a chance. Iron Galaxy made it. The guys who made Killer Instinct, Keats. Those guys. All those guys that made Killer Instinct. They made Rumbleverse. These are all people I know. These are my friends. And again, Epic just did not give it a chance at all. And like, I'm mad about that. Like, I'm legit mad about that because like, any game that just didn't get a chance like that, it would suck, right? Like, I mean, it's just like, I look at like a game like Teppen. Like, Teppen is still going. Somehow, through everything that's going on, Capcom and Gung Ho is still funding Teppen. There's more Teppen content. But a game like Rumbleverse, after 6 months, you gave it 6 months? Like, I don't know. And it's just, And right, and nothing's gonna fill the void, right? There's nothing out there that can fill the void of this game. Now, obviously, there's still a chance because Iron Galaxy made it. I don't know what the legal ramifications are. My guess is they could still market it, and I think a company like Microsoft could really benefit from picking up a game like Rumbleverse. Like, I think Microsoft would be a great publisher for this game, and they would probably put it on Steam and the Windows Store and make it cross-compatible. But I think Microsoft could really use like a cool game like that. And so, dude, look, Lord Sovereign, I played Street Fighter Duel yesterday, and my brain is just so confused. There is so many menus and so many options and so many things. I just looked at that game and I was like, I have no idea what's happening. Holy crap. Man. But yeah, getting someone to publish the game again will be very hard. But I feel like, I mean, as long as there's a chance. As long as there's a chance. I don't know if it's bad UI, Forest, because a lot of games are like that now. When I played that King of Fighters game, it felt the same. It's UI overload. A lot of these mobile games these days are just UI overload, and it's really, really frustrating. And I mean, Tubo, you know more than I do, and if you honestly don't think it'll happen, then like, that sucks. Like, that's They worked so many years on that game to get that screwed over by Epic, and it's like, I don't even have to have known anybody in the game, or I just like that story just sucks. Like, that is a tale of why the video game industry is such a problem right now. Honestly, it's so annoying, the way video games are kind of like at this point. The games as a service thing, and I get it. I get why they exist. But, man, like, it's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, games as a service won't last for gamers are already getting sick of it. Like, even when, God, why can't I remember the name of the game? Rising Thunder. Rising Thunder, when they stopped making it, they released the ability for people to create their own servers and run it. Like, I wonder if Iron Galaxy can they publish it themselves? They don't have the server infrastructure for it. That's the problem. It's just there's no way they can afford publishing it themselves. Like, it's just impossible. And then it's a battle royale, so it's not like a fighting game where you do one-on-one like Tubo's saying. God. At this point in time, I feel like we just need to find like the richest fan of Rumbleverse and just be like, I'll host the server, God, it's, yeah. Anyways, like I said, I don't want to bring Tubo down here. Because I know talking about this is going to depress him, like him and Cone and stuff. Like, I'm sorry. I've been wanting to say in social media how much I'm mad about Rumbleverse shutting down, but I just didn't feel like if I said it, anybody would take me seriously or people would come after me for saying it because I didn't play and stuff like that. You're not going to commentate it, Tubo? You're not going to try to commentate it just for this 1 year? I feel like you should. At least try. It's UMVC 3. It's UMVC 3, man. Okay, anyways, okay. But in any case, I think that'll probably do it for me for tonight. I'll probably go ahead and call it for tonight. I know the Jin trailer dropped. I'll analyze the Jin trailer and the Kazuya trailer next week is what I'll try to do, to be honest. So, okay, I get you, Tubo. I get you on that one. So, but again, look, Street Fighter 6 looks amazingly fun. It looks like it's going to be good times. And I mean, obviously, Capcom is doing all the right things on top of the fact that they spent $1 million for advertising in the most genius way that they could have ever spent on advertising budget. That was the most genius way they could have spent $1 million on advertising budget. So a lot of people are going to be playing this game. So I'm really excited for Street Fighter 6. I can't wait till it comes out. This starting 18 roster looks really, really interesting. So I'm excited for this game. And Cammy and Zangief look cool. They look really, really cool. Like I said, don't care much for Lily, but Zangief and Cammy look really cool. I hope they're fun. I hope Zangief is not a Vortex character. I hope Cammy is fun. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. And also, just random shout out for no reason. But shout outs to James Hong and Michelle Yeoh and Kihei Kwan and the entire Everything Everywhere All at Once crew winning all the SAG awards. God, I was so happy about, dude, their speeches are so great. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Oh man. Any case, that's all. You can see my screen shake because Nathan is hungry. He is hungry. Thank you, Gadio Vastar. Sorry again that it's just me. I hope I've been doing a decent job maintaining the Tuesday block of podcast here. So hope you guys have been enjoying it. But again, thank you for the support. Thank you for everything. Thank you for continuing to listen, because the day this podcast graced your ears was the most important day of your life. But for me,
it was Tuesday.